Yes, people, I'm out here in the cold for the sake of learning. I bought a 3D camera. I bought a 360 camera, and I didn't look into the settings I needed. I thought any 360 camera can create HDRIs so I can use them within VFX to get some realistic lighting. However, Insta360 said, "Gotcha, bitch," and we're not doing that. So I got the Insta360 4X, and it didn't come with AEB, which is the auto exposure bracketing. Now it has that in the update. There's no manual control over the auto exposure bracketing. I have no idea what I'm talking about, by the way. I am very new to this, and I'm just trying to work this out. So they've added this setting. There's no manual control. Some guy put like a list of things that cameras should have for this when you're doing like CGI or like adding 3D stuff or composite into scenes with other elements. But you know, it's worth a test, so we're gonna take it for a run, and I'll be honest with you, I'm not the most confident with this. And now we're gonna jump back in to the home to edit this up and throw it together, and then I'll give you some feedback. So I was doing a bit more reading and looking out about this camera and trying to find out why it doesn't have the setting, as it seems to be very common within the 360 cameras to have this option. On their website, I found a response which said, basically, thank you very much for taking the time to write detailed feedback, and they've recorded it and sent it off to their relevant development team nearly half a year ago. On Reddit, there was someone who basically said they came from the X2, the X2 had this feature and the X4 doesn't have this feature, which is crazy that it's been a year. Now we finally got the feature, but it doesn't really seem full-fledged, so it seems kind of lazy. On that post, if you look down at the bottom, which I will zoom in right here, Nika Insta360. I have no idea if this is a legit person. This was on Reddit, so you know, I'm not too sure. Apologies for not being able to report back sooner. We're pleased to tell you the AEB feature is on our roadmap and will be included in a subsequent firmware release. Now, at this time I found this screenshot, I already had the update. So I'm hoping and assuming from this message that they're going to bolster the capabilities of this update. I pray they do, because I don't want to have to buy another 360 camera, because the 400 and something pound I spent on mine is worthless. That's basically what it feels like from buying this camera. I had one use to buy this camera. I know that's not what the camera is made for, but that was my use. And as a scrub, you know, I just feel a bit heartbroken, and I should have done a bit more research. This video took way longer than it should have, because there was a lot of issues of me trying to add animations, which I don't know how to do, trying to work out how to use the 360 app, and then finding all the tutorials, because I was going to try and go through the ACES system. I've seen a lot of video YouTube tutorials of people kind of going over how to color match HDRIs with footage, and I kind of gave up on that because I feel like that's way above my pay grade right now. I was going through the settings of the camera, the HDR photo. I realized that you can't set up the bracketing, as said before, so you can't choose the white balance per shot. You can't choose, very limited in settings, and it's a very lackluster update. I don't know how hard it is to kind of code and create all these things for these cameras, but yeah. And then we're limited to 7 bracketed shots instead of somewhere, I think someone said like 13 shots is kind of an ideal place, 7 to 13. So the fact is it starts at 3 and jumps to 7. I don't know what their automatic AI rubbish is that they're trying to implement within the camera. In my opinion, as you're going to see, I don't feel like it worked. And here's basically the different exposures. I was able to retrieve different shots using their different EV values, which was like their 0.3, 0.6, 1, 1.3. There's not a drastic enough difference from what I've seen from finding images online, in my opinion. And again, you know, comment down below, please. Someone direct me in the right way to use this camera if I'm using it wrong. So here's my different exposure of the shot. Here's my different shots with the different exposure levels. As you can see, there's not really much going on, and it's not given enough. Like, I don't feel like the darkest photo and the lightest photo, I don't feel like they hit the contrast high enough for me to basically have maneuverability of creating an amazing HDRI. I'm not saying I'm trying to create a HDRI like I was using a camera, but you know, I wanted a bit more freedom and a bit more accuracy, so I assume that would help with the shadows and everything, and being able to tweak stuff to how I wanted to make it work. Well, when it comes to the editing, that's not what I'm here to show, so I'm just going to show you what it looks like within Blender, and then I will show you the final product. We're gonna summon Maku Casey Jr. You know, we gotta be nerdy with it. Yo, what's good? See what I'm saying? That's bro. All right. So see the lighting on him, and now we're also gonna have a little friend coming through the screen just about now, and he's gonna follow him around, see how the lighting reflects. So after testing out the camera and doing some more reading online, you know, I wasn't too ashamed by the results. However, I decided to slap my Insta360 camera on Fat Llama. I've slapped it in with the vlogging accessory bundle, which will be extra on top. And it comes with a few other things. So guys, if you want to support me in helping me trying to get probably the Theta camera, but that's basically the goal, because they have the options, and it's kind of a situation where, you know, you pay for convenience, and I kind of want to pay for convenience whilst I'm trying to learn if I can afford it, which, you know, I'm not in the best position to do it, but you know, that's why the whole point of the Fat Llama is it's to get that income to allow me to move bigger and better. But yeah guys, thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed, and hopefully more can come out like this of me testing and experimenting. It's kind of fun. But yeah, deuces.